What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I do hope you're doing well. If you haven't done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button for me, if you could like the video, if you could put any comments on it that you want to put on it, all of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, we can get into it. So we are now, for the time being, up until 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we are now back up to the top of the league again. We beat Derby 2-0. Overall, I think it was a very good performance by us, very professional, very domineering in terms of the way that the game actually went. Could we have scored more? Probably, absolutely. But at the end of the day, for me, it was a really, really good game overall. You know, we take the win, we take the clean sheet. It's another 2 added to the goal difference. It would have been nice to get a bit more on there, but you know, it just is the way that it is. We've won 2-0. Let's move on. Let's get on with it. We've got a tough game against Middlesbrough coming up at home. That's going to be the next thing that we need to look at. But in terms of sheer utter dominance today, that's probably as good as you're likely to see. Just the way that Derby set up. They set up with 5 in defence, 4 in midfield, and 1 up top, which effectively became, I'm not joking here, a back 9 constantly. So it was patience, it was perseverance, it was passing that got us where we were. We scored from a corner again, having Rodon gets the first goal, and then the thing that was interesting about that was the fact that he'd obviously missed an easier headed chance right at the very, very start. When you look at it as well, you know, on the face of it, it just our defence is so good, so good. It's a shame, obviously, Firpo in his 100th game had to come off injured, but it's one of those things. I do think Woba coming on, though, did change the dynamic of the game. And listen, I've said it till I'm blue in the face. I am not Woba's biggest fan. And who thought 12 months ago we would be sat here saying Aronson to Woba. Woba then puts the ball into the back of the net. Good finish by Woba overall. Great. Happy. Couldn't complain about anything other than I just wanted us to really put our foot onto the throat overall of Derby as the second half wore on. But it was just, we were a little bit sloppy in the second half, but Derby didn't really, I think they were more concerned about goal difference than anything else. I don't know if that's a fair comment to make, but Rodon got man of the match. In terms of WhoScored.com, the overall star player, it said, was Rothwell. For me, Tanaka was just leagues above. He's just, even when this player's close to him, he's got so much time on the ball, but Rothwell was very, very good today. Obviously, the assist for the goal, his charging forwards, everything else that he was doing was very, very good. So I overall, very, very, very pleased with the performance. Like I said, it's not going to be to everybody's taste. Yes, it was a little bit boring to watch in the second half, but it was professional. It was dominant. It was everything that we wanted it to be in terms of how the game actually progressed and moved forward. We just would have liked to have seen more goals overall, but you know, you're not always going to get that. So shots 18-3 by us, passes 560 to 338, 15 dribbles to us, 12 dribbles to them. Tackles attempted, they attempted 21 tackles, we attempted 16. Interceptions, they had 16, we had 6. Clearances, 25, that tells you what you need to know. Blocks, 15, again, tells you what they need to know. Had it not been for their keeper as well, overall, I do have to say that I think it would have been more than that overall. He made some good saves in the second half to keep the scoreline a lot more kind of respectable overall. So, going through the team, Meslier, he literally had nothing to do all game, so it just is what it is. So, Firpo came off injured, looks like a hamstring. Hopefully they've caught that early enough that it's not going to, you know, cause huge problems for us moving forwards. Struijk was just Struijk. He was fast. He was powerful. Just everything was great for me. I really enjoyed watching his performance tonight. So I keep lifting my arm up a lot. I do apologise. Rodon, great game. Powerful again. Didn't let his man get the better of him. Everything. Bogle was good. Couple of wayward passes, but he was trying to develop and move the play forwards overall. So yeah, Rothwell 8.4. Again, one of the best performances I've seen from Rothwell. I thought he was great overall. So his pass percentage success rate was 94% today. Won 3 aerial duels. Obviously, he's got his assist for the goal, all that kind of stuff. So a very, very, very good game for Rothwell. Tanaka, 91% pass accuracy. Again, very, very good game. James overall was good. He was good at running the channels, good at moving in, had a good shot saved, all of that kind of stuff. Played very, very well. I thought he was a little bit better than Solomon today, just in terms of his overall performance. And again, the bit with Dan James that he is very, very good at, he's very, very, very good at tracking back and supporting the right back, and he does a really, really good job of that with Bogle. Him and Bogle do have a very, very good understanding overall, so happy with that. Solomon, like I said, overall, I don't think it was his best game going, even though 41 out of 41 passes was successful. He just lacked that little bit, and that's not having a go. It's just we've got high standards for him. In some instances, he looked okay. Just wanted a little bit more from him. That's all. He's nearly there. So again, it'll come. So happy with that. Aronson was a little bit off it today. I think he is starting to suffer from tiredness a little bit. But I can't knock his effort. I can't fault his effort and his desire. It's just his decision making seems to let him down. And if he's looking like he's a little bit tired, it's difficult sometimes for him to do 100% what he needs to do. He got knocked off the ball a couple of times today, but again, I'm nitpicking here because overall it was absolutely fine. Pirro was fine for me. I don't think he was anonymous. A couple of good balls. Good shot that any other day goes in at the corner post. Really, really good shot. Again, phenomenal save from the keeper. So, what can you say about that? It was a good finish overall. So that should have been, obviously, for me, goal number 3. But he played okay. I thought he played absolutely fine. So then you've got Woba that came on. Obviously, Woba scored. Overall, I think everybody knows my opinion of Woba. I don't like the guy, but he scored a goal. He put in the effort. He changed the game for me when it came on in terms of that left-hand side overall. I thought he was very, very good. Turns out he's not a left-back. He's a left centre-forward, so who knew overall? Joseph, little bit of a difficult one. I think he's struggling a little bit for confidence at the moment. I don't think he brought loads to the park when he came on. And I know he comes on at in whatever minute that he gets substituted in at. So I think he's got a little way to go yet. I think maybe the hype might be getting to him a little bit. Listen, there is a phenomenally good player in there, and we've got to play to his strengths, or at least got to start playing to his strengths in terms of being able to get the best out of him. But just for me, he wasn't brilliant overall. Nonto was fine, put himself around, did what he needed to do. It was a good little injection of something a little bit different, some nice touches, some nice movement. So other than that, happy with that. Gilavogi, I love the guy. He's got long legs, he tackles, he shores everything up. He knows his role within the team, and he's just going to be great. Ramazani was good, couple of little nice dribbles, movement again. Did a really, really good shot that Pirou saved with his arse cheeks, which was quite interesting to watch. But overall, it was a really professional, polished performance. It wasn't let's absolutely bury this team. It wasn't let's absolutely just destroy. It was just we did what we needed to do. Derby were never ever going to threaten us, apart from if we let them back into the game. There was a couple of occasions where we were just caught out a bit, but nothing major at all. When you look at the actual momentum map, they only had 2 instances where anything was happening for them. Literally 2 instances. End of the first half and end of pretty much the end of the game overall. So once the loads of subs have come in, it kind of does make a different overall scenario, just because the players that have come on don't quite know what they're doing overall, or it takes them a little while just to fit into the team. But I'm happy. We won. We came in. We did what we needed to do. We bounced back from the result from last week, and we move on to Middlesbrough which is going to be a tough game at home. But that now means that we are now, what, 6? Is that 6 wins at home on the bounce or 7? I can't remember. But our home form's imperious. And again, it's that first goal is so key for us. Once we score first, then we make it difficult. And it's hard for teams to then break us down. I would have loved to see us get some more goals. Of course I would. And I think Farke was pleased with the result, maybe not so much pleased with the performance. I think maybe he wanted to see a few more goals and maybe saw this as a bit of an opportunity overall. But we sit top of the league. Everybody should be happy, calm, ready to move forward. We have players coming back. It was so good to see Ampadu on the bench. He was never, ever going to get a game, but it was so good. Just that psychological thing of Ampadu being there on the bench was just really, really good to see. So fair play to him. He's gotten back earlier than what we all thought he would do. And, you know, our bench in terms of being able to bring players on is just stupid. The depth in our squad is just nuts. We get a number 10 in January and a number 9, and I think that we can potentially walk the league. Who knows? That's going to do it for this one. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please also subscribe. Notifications on, as I've said. Like the video, share it. Comments, anything you want to say, please leave it in the comment section down below. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next one. I should be able to get a preview out for Middlesbrough, hopefully on Monday. Take it easy. Cheers.